I don't have an introduction for this podcast. I'm very indecisive when it comes to that stuff still. But I do go by Tony Awdball. This is an odd conversation here with a very special guest.
I'm Celeste. I am the founder of, my Instagram handle is Low Class Conspiracy, LA, _LA.
There we are, man. And I'm not gonna lie, I've come across your work back when you shot for Tyke. Tyke was also another guest I did an interview before on the show.
Yeah, he's one of the homies. Yeah, we did a shoot in Vegas because, I've always wanted to do a shoot in Vegas because, I'm just, obsessed with Vegas lights. So we were shooting the shit. So we, did a whole thing where we just, went and, they came out fucking great. Oh, my God. That was probably, my favorite shoot for sure.
Yeah. Okay. For sure. Well, before we go, further into things, so, you do a lot of photography and stuff. Shit, sorry. You do a lot of photography, and that's how I came across your work. But let's get a little background on you, just for everyone can kind of get familiar, get a little comfy. You know what I'm saying? So So tell us a little bit about your background. What kind of character were you in high school?
Aside from photography, I'm a full-time student. I've been a full-time student for 8 years now. I am working on my undergrad in journalism at Cal State Fullerton. So I'm working on that. Graduate in May, so I'll be done. Other than that, I have a lot of experience in the music journalism. I started out as an intern about a year and a half ago at a local news station, and even though traditional news was never my forte, I don't like news by any means. That internship was so fucking dope. I was their sports and entertainment reporter, so I was oh, boom, right in my field,
Yeah.
So, kind of how I my photography career kind of took in place of that was that we cover a lot of Long Beach related events because I interned with Long Beach local news. So I shot at some of the Queen Mary festivals. So when I found out they come out with Smoking Grooves 2019, Once Upon a Time in the OVC, One Love.
Oh shit! All that was at the Queen Mary?
Huh?
All of that was in the Queen Mary?
All of it was at the Queen Mary, yeah.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah, so that opened up a lot of doors for sure, and I always was trying to figure out my way into doing concert photography. So and I know some people that do it, and each of them have their own way of getting into that. So my way of getting into concert photography was this internship, thank God. So that opened up a lot of doors, and then after that, magically, Power 106 landed on my lap, so I did that for a few months. I interned there. I was kind of an extra. I worked the night show. My shifts were 6:30 to fucking 1 o'clock in the morning, all the way in Burbank. So that was I was exhausting, but I pushed through. That was a cool experience because essentially my coworkers are fucking celebrities. So that was really, really interesting. My fucking coworker was DJ Sourmilk and Just Incredible. That was pretty rad, and they were really, really cool people. So I did that for a while juggling school and a part-time job. And when that ended, because that ended in December, I got in contact with the editor-in-chief of the freelance that I do now, Top Shelf Music. They focus. They're an online music blog, but they focus mainly on reggae music, but they're open to other genres too. We work closely with Insomniac events too, so raves and stuff. But obviously I'm a hip hop head, so I started incorporating hey, we should do more hip hop shit. So that's how I kind of got my foot back into the door of shooting concerts.
Yeah, hands down.
Now quarantine, so now I'm not doing that right now. So yeah, that's kind of a little bit of background of how I came about partially.
Yeah, no, hands down. It's funny because I remember back when I first started making it solidified that I wanted to interview people, because originally I wanted to be a radio personality, and I remember one day I just remember just waking up one morning and I hit my cousin up and I'm like, hey, come with me to Burbank. We're gonna go to Power 106. And then he's like, shit, okay. And like, well, what are we gonna do there? I'm like, I'm gonna see if, huh?
You guys went there?
Yeah, we drove there like just spontaneously.
Okay.
And
I have no idea where I used to like work essentially.
so yeah, I think it was like 2016 or 15, one of those 2 years. But like,
Yeah.
we ended up going, and the thing was though is that I was so gullible at the time that I'm thinking, oh, I just go in and like, I'm pretty sure if I ask them if they could like show me around, and they will. And then like we made it to the fucking bottom floor, and then I was like, oh, just want to go to Power 106. You just want to get like a look around and see how everything is. And he goes, well, do you have an appointment? I'm like, no. He goes, yeah, just appointment only. And I'm like, oh, okay. See you later.
You know what's funny? So the people that would like, that like work the elevators and stuff, because it was like up on a higher floor. I was there 2 days a week, and it was the same person that I saw there I think I was there like Wednesdays and Fridays. It was the same fucking person working there, and they're like, how can I help you? And I'm like, bro, you've seen me. Like, I'm here every Wednesday and Friday. Like, why are you why are you giving me a hard time? Like, I mean, I get it. Like, I guess you need an appointment. I didn't know you needed an appointment or whatever that means, but like, I get the frustration.
Yeah, no, it was just like low key like funny just because like once I said okay, see ya, and then I walked out, my cousin was like, so we drove all this way just to look at the building, and I'm like, fuck off, Yeah, but that was like a little embarrassing moment in my time, but no, but that's dope how you got involved in like Top Shelf and everything as well,
Yeah.
So I mean, like personally, so you did say you're a hip hop head. Like, what's usually like in your playlist, or like what are some of the top people that you like really checking out and stuff?
I mean, my music taste changes all the time. Right now, I've been on a trap kick, like kind of like that like metal type rap. Like you hear like Aerosmith, Suicide Boys, Ramirez, Puya, like all those cats.
Uh-huh.
I've been a lot of that. I don't know why. I think maybe because like I've been in like such party mode, so it's like, I mean, because of quarantine, there's not a whole lot to do. So I've been like on party mode lately. So I just like maybe I just let out like my like boredom, frustration of like all this shit going on into like that kind of music. But like I do like a lot of like lo-fi and like. When I like play shit on vinyl, like I have like Pete Rock, and I have like like kind of like some more old school heads like Planet Asia, Wu-Tang, of course. I have so much. I have a whole bin right there. So yeah, I don't know. My music changes a lot, but I've been to so many different shows. I've listened to all different kinds of hip hop. Like I've been listening to hip hop since I was a kid. I didn't even know what the fuck the lyrics meant, and then I'll like listen to those songs now that I used to listen to when I was like 4 or 5, and I'm like, damn, that's some bad shit, but it's like it's pretty dope,
Yeah, no, yeah, hands down. Well, yeah. that's wild. Like, so your taste is pretty much everywhere. Like, you know your roots. Of course, like you have Pete Rock, Planet Asia, Wu-Tang, but then you also have like some of the newer sounds and such. Suicide Boys, Puya, Ramirez, like all those dudes. So that's pretty old though, man. I mean, like, have you like like I know personally, but for those that haven't, like, have you ever like encountered or let alone take shots of like people, like good artists or like people that you're big fans of?
Have I?
Yeah.
Like, really? Okay, so I mean the second to last show that I did was the Griselda Records show. It was back in March. It was like a week before quarantine. That was actually the last show I shot at, but the second to the last show I like covered for Top Shelf Music. But so I didn't even know that they were having a show. One of my homies was telling me he like took a screenshot of like his like his like order confirmation, and he like posted it on Instagram like, this should be dope. And I go, excuse me, what the fuck? Like, they're having a show? And he's like, yeah, dude, like they might be sold out. And I'm like, I'm gonna hop on media. So I got my media pass for it. I like was in contact with like Griselda's manager, like super super cool people. Yeah, that was hands down like the coolest fuck shit. Like I had to put my camera down in the middle of the show at one point because like I was like I was just in such awe. They're like, like West Side and Conway, they're like 5 feet away from me, and I'm just like, oh my god, it was so fucking sick.
Yeah, I bet, man. With Fly God right there in front of you, you all taking like flicks and shit. Oh yeah.
So yeah, and then some of the music festivals I've done have been really, really fucking cool. So it's definitely a lot of fun too. But because shows are like more like intimate, I like shooting at shows maybe a little bit better.
Yeah, I feel you on that because like I've been to like I've been to Coachella and like I seen like a couple artists that like I'm personal fans of, but the crowd wasn't really reciprocating the energy that like their personal shows have. You know what I'm saying? Like I seen JPEG Mafia. And like I'm with my ex at the time, and yeah, JPEG Mafia, and like we're there, and then next thing you know, what's it called? Like I was like digging it, and like the people that were in the very front for that exact set, they were the only ones really getting into it. Everybody else is just kind of staring. And I'm like, man, you guys are whack, but you got to kind of understand the circumstances.
That makes my heart.
Yeah. And then, like, another thing, too, is that, like, there's even fans that were, like, throwing, like, bandanas on there, and then someone actually gave him, like, a letter. It's like, this is for you, JPEG. He's like, what? I got a letter. He's like, this is the first time ever. Like, they had genuine fans there, But you're at a festival where people were just more, like, about showing off that they're there than actually enjoying the music, you know what I mean?
That's true. That's very true.
Yeah.
People there, they don't feel like that. Mm-hmm. That real like southern rap type shit. Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah. I do get it how some people are like kind of like what the fuck, but no, like me and you, for example, dude, I would fucking kill to see. So that's dope that you got to experience that.
Yeah, there's that. But back to the Griselda real quick because I remember I just interviewed 60 East a while back, but the interview's out now. But go check it out. Anyways, but what's it called? The thing with Griselda and 60 East is that 60 East was one of the very first people to book like Griselda out here, and like he's been on like Griselda for years, like back when he toured like Buffalo and stuff, and like he told me like everyone out there is like real genuine, real cool people and stuff, and like it's funny too because like I've watched so many interviews and then like everybody that you kind of mention like like people that they've encountered or worked with. They all say the same, like, oh, they're so genuine and so dope, good people. It's like, it's just so common to hear that now. You know what I mean? So it's like, all right, cool. Like, I'm waiting for these days to like really like witness it for myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Fuck, I forgot what I was gonna say.
Don't even worry about it.
I had a thought and then it like went away.
Yeah, no, it's all good.
I shouldn't have smoked before I started doing this before we started this interview, and so excuse me if I like get stumped for a second, but I promise it won't happen again.
Shit, don't even worry about it, man. I just had some in and out, so I'm all fucked up over here too. Food coma.
Okay. Would you?
You got that number one with the animal style fries. Come on.
Oh, you went to In-N-Out?
Yeah, you got the In-N-Out.
Okay, I see you.
Exactly. Everything that's good is In-N-Out. It's an In-N-Out. Does that make sense? No. But those that get it, they know it's the In-N-Out.
It's the In-N-Out.
Yeah.
Busy fucking pussy while you still fucking your head. So talking all that shit won't get you nothing. You ain't super bad, you make love it. You acting like a bitch, so I'ma treat you like one. Slide into your woman's DMs like talking all that shit gon' get you. No lip. Talking all that shit gon' get you. No lip. Talking all that shit gon' get you. No lip. Talking all that shit gon' get you.
But tell me a little bit more about Low Class Conspiracy.
God. So, a lot of people ask me where I get the name from, and honestly, I couldn't even tell you where I even got the name from. So, kind of a funny story. So, I have the Microphone Mathematics Quasimodo vinyl, and, it's funny, so his song Low Class Conspiracy is on that album, and, it just so happens, this was even, like, after, like, I made, like, my, like, whole, like, my title and stuff, right under where it says Low Class Conspiracy on like the vinyl cover, there's a DSLR camera right underneath it, which I thought was really weird, but I swear that's not how my name came into place. So I just thought that was really like ironic, but honestly, I honestly couldn't tell you like where I got my name from. But how I started, like from the very beginning, was I just wanted to buy a camera just for the fuck of it, because I needed to pick up a new hobby. I've always been like interested in cameras, like even with like my phone, like I always took pictures, even when like we were, you know, or when we, well, I know we're the same age, but when we were in middle school, I always had like, you know, like a stupid little digital camera, you know, like MySpace days. I always had a camera, so I just, you know, wanted to treat myself one day, get a really like nice camera and kind of practice it on people. And I took it with me everywhere at one point, and you know, I started in about 2017. If you look at my work from 2017 to now, like it is night and day. Like it is so crazy like how much I've grown as like a photographer and as a creative, because I know when I first got my camera I was using the automatic button like all the fucking time. I will admit to that. But then I was like, dude, I did not spend X amount of money to be fucking using the auto button. Like that's like insane. And you know, like with me especially, like I think I have ADD, so like so me learning the camera took a while, because like I'll look shit up and then I'll get distracted and I'll start doing something else. So like I never really got to learn the camera. I did, but very, very slowly and kind of more like hands-on rather than like reading shit. So yeah, no, I just started taking pictures of like people. I kind of found like my niche, you know, aside from like concert photography, I like doing like a lot of like, you know, street photography and stuff like that. So you know, I have a lot of people that are like, you know, down with that kind of stuff. I also have a lot of friends that are creatives as well. So, you know, they kind of hit me up to be like, hey, let's shoot or whatever. And I'm also trying to like ease my way into videography too, because I know how to edit. It's just a matter of like getting the proper equipment for it, like a drone and like shit like that. So, you know, slowly but surely I'm making my way up and like trying different things. So I mean, I should probably invest a little bit more in my craft, and I think this is the good time to do it right now, because like I'm not working, I'm not really doing a whole lot besides school. So yeah, that's a little bit about me. I mean
Nah, don't even trip, man. Like it's like here's the thing. So like yeah, this quarantine time is the time to really perfect what you're doing, or like really work on it, you know. And like, you know, I remember when I first like slid in your DMs, I was like, yo, like your fucking pictures are nice. You know what I mean? And yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
No, yeah, no, hands down. You know, and so that's why I was like, what was that?
I said, let me know if you need a shoot.
You know what? Yeah, I really do need a shoot, man. But you know, my hair is receding. I'm trying to grow that back. Shout out Organics Apothecary. You know, they gave me some supplements.
You got a nice little background going with like the tree and like that painting right there. Like, if I was like sitting right there, I would.
Oh shit! Okay, you know what? You might be onto something there. Honestly, straight up, because like I definitely need more pictures. Because my Tinder profile, I am not getting no action. You know?
Okay, you know what it is. So I've even noticed this when like I'm on dating sites. Because I'll be real, I'm on a dating site and I've been on dating sites. These motherfuckers have like 4 or 5-year-old pictures, and yeah. I really, you're not one of those people, because, girl, okay, there are a lot of guys that'll look, even females that look different from 4 years ago to now. So it's pretty much like if you have your pictures posted from 4 years ago, and you're putting that on Tinder, and you meet a girl, you're like almost catfishing them if you like look different, like, you know, like let's say you like put on weight, or you lost weight, or you like have facial hair, or you're like balding, I don't know, you know. So yeah, we need to get
all right, cool. Yeah, we're about to make a little episode out of this, man. I could definitely use like a new Tinder profile. Profile. I gotta go on Bumble. You gotta put the Bumble profile. No, fuck that. I gotta put that on my
plenty of Fish.
Oh no, fuck Bloody and Fish, dude. That's a bunch of weirdos on there.
Have you ever? Were you ever on it?
Yeah, dude. It was just weird.
Ever signed up for?
Yeah, it was just weird. I remember when I lived in San Diego. I dated this one girl, off of POF, but like, dude, like I said, it's a weird, like, it's a lot of weirdos on that site, and like, I'm not trying to talk shit at all by all means, but it's also like, wow, just my luck. How come everybody else gets the hot girls, and I get like the attractive, but there's something wrong in the head type of girls. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I try to be careful with that. So we should do like a little episode then. Like I'll give you my address. You come on out. You'll get taken care of. We'll get like free food and like I'll pay for the session. You know what I'm saying? And we'll get some pictures then. I mean, I need to get a haircut though. But yeah.
Hey, there might be some barbershops that are like low key open.
There is.
All the connect on barbers because all my friends are barbers and stylists. So if you need a barber, let me know.
Well, I wasn't to mention a little bit something about they're not exactly barbers, but like you just got your hair done and everything. So like, I mean that's what I've seen from your story right before we even started and such. But it looks dope, straight up.
Thank you. Yeah, it was my friend's idea, so I just let her kind of like freestyle, and this is what she did.
Okay. And then didn't you just have like your hair braided like not too long ago?
Yeah, I did the all money in symbol on my head.
All money in.
Cool. But yeah, I couldn't wash my hair for like a week, and I was like, I can't do this anymore, so I took them out. I had to change it up because I'm that girl.
Yeah, no worries. That's why I would like to dye my hair more often, but for some reason a straight man can't do it.
Damn. Well, like I said, I'm on deck with barbers.
Yeah, I know, right? I should really get on that, but I don't know. Like we'll see how everything unfolds, man. Shit. But so aside from like like film and photography and such, like you also mentioned journalism, and I kind of want to know like a little more like is there like something that you're trying to pursue like in that kind of direction as well?
Well, okay, so I actually, because my emphasis is broadcast journalism, so I am doing more of like the broadcast spectrum rather than like the writing spectrum. But like I mentioned earlier, like traditional news was never my forte. I actually wanted to be a radio personality, kind of like what you want to pursue.
Yeah.
But obviously, like photography, kind of like took off first. So, I mean, as much as I would love to do like more like radio stuff, like I feel like my focus right now is photography. But like that's why me and you need to be friends because I need like a co-host or something. Like I need that push, and I need to like connect with like more people like you in a way because like I respect what you do. I respect that you like you're a hip hop head like me. You do a lot of your interviews on artists and shit that like you and I both like. So like I think that's fucking dope. Like I think that's like the next thing I want to try out.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, maybe. I mean, like we have this whole quarantine going on, and there are these like specials I want to get into. Like I really want to like start like covering like current like music like news or events or even like just controversial things going on. But that's definitely something more of like a conversational type of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, see, like a lot of like, and see that's kind of like my issue is because like I don't know what my niche would be if I like ever do like pursue like kind of like like podcasting like what you do. It's kind of hard to talk about that kind of stuff because like I don't really have any interest in anything else like politics or like shit like that, like like kind of like shit that's like trending like right now. Like I don't care to talk about that kind of stuff, and it's just like I don't care to debate with people. So it's a little hard, it's a little hard to like find like what do you want to talk about, and if you want to keep getting your episodes out, like you gotta kind of have to like keep a theme, so that's hard.
Yeah, it's pretty difficult
for starting this and like you doing your thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean that was like one thing that like a lot of my favorite people to listen to they kind of just like said it before. Like, you know, sometimes you can't really just focus on like what's the gimmick that you have going, or what's like the sole purpose. Is like sometimes you just gotta do it. You know what I'm saying? And I said this in a couple other interviews already, but like, you know, during quarantine, like I wasn't like focused. I didn't have like no game plan as to like, okay, like I'm gonna do interviews over FaceTime, throw them up on YouTube, like the way I've been doing it so far. But you know, but I took a shot in the dark and then got an interview with Chewy, and that was totally unexpected. So when we finally got that, I was like, okay, well, we got it done. This is a really good name to have under my catalog. So I'm like,
yeah,
all right, you have to keep on going then. Like,
right.
The name of the show, the fucking intro, everything came at that exact moment. There was no original Not Conversation name. There was no intro. Like, so that's why my intro never changed. It's always been the same. You know what I'm saying?
So that's kind of like my issues, because like you reached out to Chewy, out of all people, you know, like if I like reached out to someone like him, I'd be shitting bricks, you know, like I don't find myself very like confrontational. I'm a little shy, you know, so like I think that's kind of like something I need to overcome as like a journalist. Like if I want to like pursue this like down the line, like I need to get over like, you know, being shy, like approaching people. Like when like I have like assignments and like when I like interned as a reporter and stuff, like I literally had to force myself to like reach out to these people, and I absolutely fucking hated it, because I'm like, oh my god, like what if I say something, you know, I get really in my head, you know. So
well, I'll tell you this much. I got shut down so much in my life, mostly by women. But you know, I've always been used to rejection. So that's something you got to kind of fall in love with. You got to fall in love with the no's and the failure and the rejection for everything that goes on in this type of industry. Because a lot of people here just want to have something that, okay, what can you do for me? You know, and like that's a fine mentality. But you know, as for myself, I'm like, okay, well, like, you can do this for me, but I also want to ask these questions so people can see another side of yourself, or you know, want them to actually be get a better insight on like who you are and like what you write about and such, you know. But I also like to have fun. That's why I say some stupid shit. I ask some stupid questions, and I get funny responses, or I get like reactions. You know, it's just like one of those things where you just kind of have to just like go ahead and like if it fails, all right, that's it. You learn from that mistake. Let's see what happens next. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's just the reality of it.
Yeah, I think that that's kind of something I have to like overcome. It'll take time, and I mean, I'm doing it. I've done it. I think it's just a matter of me getting used to it, because it's like, okay, like, you know, I don't interview too much, because like I'm in school, and it's like I have like assignments. I'll do like 3 assignments on that within a matter of like 4 months. So it's like, I feel like with you, because I know you're constantly reaching out to people, being like, hey, I'd love to talk to you, or whatever, you know, it comes more natural to you now, because you've done it a lot more than I have, you know? Well,
you know, you can use my simple program of 6942, three easy payments. We'll go ahead and we'll teach you how to, you know, interact, pitch your podcast, ask your questions, and we're going to see how everything goes.
Yeah.
It's an odd special.
And you know, I need some pointers from you then.
Yeah.
I'll buy your
my special plan.
Your special plan.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely, man. It's just odd way to view it. So you know, we're gonna see how all that unfolds. You know what I mean? So
yes.
So
sorry, I'm gonna be a famous like you one day. So whether it be in podcasting or
man, speak it into existence. That's all I'm saying.
Huh?
Speak it into existence. You know what I'm saying?
I know. I put that out in the universe just now. I threw it out there.
Kobe. Shit. So there's this thing on the show I do, but you know, like I actually started asking this question like when quarantine just started, but now we're getting closer to the end of the year. So your questions is gonna be a lot easier to answer. But basically, let's just say quarantine fucks up, and I mean it gets extended out for the rest of the year, and the internet fucks up, which also means for some reason the streaming platforms only give you 3 options to listen, like 3 people to listen to. You know what I mean? It could be a rapper, band, singer, DJ, whatever. You know what I mean? But you get the whole catalog, like features and all that stuff. So who you rocking with for the rest of the year?
Oh my god, that's so fucking hard. God. Okay. I can never. Okay. Kate Trinata will be one. Actually, I love Kate Trinata. It doesn't matter what kind of mood I'm in. I can always listen to like his music. I feel so pressured right now. My second one. Can I do podcast count?
Nah, I wouldn't say so. I'm talking about
music. Okay,
yeah,
got it.
Let's take the music.
I mean, I guess my second one would be. I guess it would be Suicide Boys if the rest of the year, right?
Yeah, so you only have like 4 months, so.
Do Suicide Boys for this year, because I know if we did it for like 5, I'd be really burnt out. So that's 2. 3 would probably be.
The dramatic pause.
Yeah, this is so hard. Oh my god, this is like when people ask like on dating profiles, oh, who do you listen to? I'm like, oh my god, who don't I listen to?
Yeah.
Probably Schoolboy Q, because like he's always like somebody I've like consistently listened to for like years and years and years. So yeah.
Yeah, that's really diverse.
Suicide Boys, Schoolboy.
Yeah, here's the cool thing about Kate Trinata is that like. I don't know any personal music by him. I just know about the production that he's had on many other people's records, like Ray Jenkins, Denzel Curry, J.K. the Reaper, and that J.K. record with even Denzel's featured on it too. Dressed to Kill. Kate Trinata produced that, and like the cool thing about that one, I remember hearing a story from J.K. saying how like they were at Art Basel one year, and Denzel was performing, but then Kate Trinata was having a set, but he wanted to bring out Denzel Curry. But then, afterwards, they go, well, there's a song that I made off of Kate Trinata beat that he sent to Denzel, but I ended up taking it. So, so we told him to play that during the set, and like he didn't ask for permission or nothing like that. But they ended up performing the song, and then Kate Trinata came out and just like started like rocking out with them, like arm around the shoulder and all that. So he's like, oh, okay, so hey, I got the thumbs up now, pretty much.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a funny story, man. Yeah, so that's a good record to check out for sure.
That's funny. I feel like you've had more like cool encounters like that than I've ever had.
Well,
I've had some cool encounters, but yeah, no, that's fucking dope, dude. Are you kidding me? I would bawl. I would like sob straight up.
No, like, well, I mean, like what are some encounters that you had? Like, we already know the Zelda account, but
okay, so. I can recall one. So a few years ago, I was at a show in Pomona. I think it was at the Fox Theater.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was there. You know who Terminology is?
Yeah, underground rapper, right?
Yeah. So it was one of his shows, and I went with one of my homies. And one of my homie, he's so fucking friendly and social. Like, he'll talk to anyone and everybody. So, like, I mean, there's been a few times where we've, like, encountered, like, some, like, artists and stuff, but Terminology in particular. So we go to his show, he's shooting the shit with him. I introduced myself, I'm a little shy, so I was like, nice to meet you. But, so that happened. Then a couple months later was the Agenda Convention in Long Beach, and they had an after party on the Queen Mary boat. So my homies were there. They got on the guest list. This is like an invite-only type of party. And they got on the guest list somehow. They didn't tell me there was a guest list, but they told me to shoot through. I was like, oh, fuck, like, that sounds cool. So I get there. I get to the boat, and they're like, are you on the guest list? I was like, what the fuck? There's a guest list. Like, and then I was like, I'm not on no guest list, but like my friends are up there, so that's why I like kind of showed up. They're like, yeah, don't worry, we'll give you a wristband. Gave me a wristband, both by myself, female, and Terminology was there again, and he was like, hey, I remember you from a couple months ago in Pomona, and I was like, get the fuck out, like, you fucking remember me? Like, it was just like, I just like died, I like melted. I was like, he's so cool, he's so nice, and I was just like, you probably meet so many people all the fucking time. You remember me from like 3 months ago. Like, you're not even from here. but like your memory from the last time you performed in California, like it was just so fucking cool. So yeah, and then I met a few other people that night. Like I met the Alchemist that night.
Fire.
Was there with his fucking camera, which was really cool. Yeah, no, that was a cool little event I went to.
Damn, man.
Yeah.
No, that's dope. And you know, that's the cool thing about it is that no one, I don't think a lot of people actually remember or know about terminology, just because like he's been one of the pioneers personally.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's why I was like, I can't believe he fucking remembers me. I'm like some fucking dork ass that like, you know what I mean? Like, there's some dork ass that chilling at a show. I go to this party. He's like, hey, what's up? I was like, hey. That was really cool.
Yeah, no, hands down. Wow. So, dang. So you know, with 2025, you know, about 5 years from now, you know, what do you see yourself at?
I think about this a lot. Hopefully, like I'm like in a stable job. Like I obviously like I do want to take off with like music journalism, like whatever the case may be, whether it be like a photojournalist or like, you know, like I said, like podcasting or stuff. I want to get into some sort of music industry type of journalism. I even thought about going back to school for my master's. I'll see how I feel in May, so we'll see about that. Yeah, 5 years. I mean, my heart is in LA for sure. I have thought about like kind of moving away. I have thought about moving to San Diego. I just don't know what the opportunities are like out there, even though it's like literally 2 hours down the road. I've thought about New York too, because New York's a really big journalism city. So I don't know. I don't know what the future holds for me, but I just really hope I'm like, you know, in a good place because, you know, I'm 26 and I'm like still in college, like still trying to figure my life out. You know, I am on the right track and like shit slowed down, but like I hope in 5 years everything's cool, you know, and I'm in a good place.
Yeah, no, hands down. Damn,
Yeah,
man. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, you know, this is actually pretty interesting interview. You know what I mean? Like, I'm digging it. Just because, like, I know at one point I totally forgot that we were recording. I'm all having like a regular conversation and such. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I also believe that's also like one of the best kind of content you can have for like a show like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah. See, and you're helping me out because like we are kind of like having a conversation. So it's like, you know, I know when you put this out, I'm going to be fucking blasting you everywhere. I'm going to be like, yo, check it out, you know, check my boy out.
There we go. You know what I mean?
Out.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, and like, but where can people find like your stuff? Cause I know you have like a website and everything, but you know, like where can people find your stuff?
Instagram mainly. I do have a website right now. It is down because I am in the middle of redoing it because I felt like my website before was a little janky and you know, I felt like it was a little rushed. So I'm kind of starting all over. I don't know when it'll be back up, but I do try to just post as much as I can on Instagram, whether it be like on my feed or like on my story. But yeah, I have a lot of shit that's like not even on my Instagram. So when I get my website up, I'm gonna probably try to re-edit a lot of old photos because I look at my edits now from then and I'm like, ew, like I can't believe I used to edit like that. Like my style's changed so much and just like, yeah, so
yeah, I'll tell you this much, like
work in progress, but it'll happen.
Yeah, like your early work is always gonna like make you cringe at times. That's why I like especially the Tui interview, and that's like, you know, like a good name that I had. I was so nervous going into it because I was like, I felt unprepared, but like throughout the whole interview, I just kept saying like and so fucking much, and it's cringy to hear it sometimes, like for me personally. But
do you like yourself?
Huh?
Do you like listening to yourself?
Oh no,
like,
that was like when I first released it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then like one of my uncles actually pointed it out to me. Shout out Julian, but he was like, dude, like I sent him the interview and he just critiqued it immediately, which I liked. Just because I'm like, cool, like, he's not just saying, you did great, you know, and having me think that, like, oh, like, I get to do this all the time. Like, no, he was like, avoid all those filler words and stop saying like and so much because, you know, it's going to be hard to keep up and everything. I'm like, all right, that makes sense.
It's hard. I'm the same way too. That's like another thing I like really need to work on, because like even with like projects too, because like a lot of like my like projects at school are like broadcasting projects, so like I'll listen to I'll even have a script and I won't have any like filler words like that, but I'll add them in there anyway when I'm like talking.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and then I'll like listen back to myself because I like edit it myself, and I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Like this is not professional. Like, they want us to have, like, this fucking resume reel, and I just sound like shit. It comes with practice, though.
No, hands down. You know what also helps, too? If you want to, like, you know, like, work on, you know, doing a podcast yourself, or, you know, like, even, like, you know, being prepared for, like, an opportunity, such as, like, maybe being a co-hosting or something, or receiving a co-host, as, like, you know, legit set up a camera. Just talk as if like there's a crowd there, or like, you know, you're talking to an audience, and you're gonna after you do so, just rewatch it, and you're gonna actually learn a lot. You know, you're gonna start noticing some like small habits that's gonna bother you or something. It's gonna work out.
Yeah. Is that what you do?
You know, I should. I really should, because that's why I'll be doing it sometime mid-interview, and I don't know if anyone ever recognizes it. So like, hopefully, you know, it doesn't really work in that fashion, but. You know, like it's a learning progress.
Definitely. Okay, yeah, because you've done this a million times. I've done it maybe a total of like 8.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's never too late, and you know, until you actually get on it.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, because like even like when I do like banter, like when I do like assignments and stuff, because like, you know, bantering's like a part of like our like broadcast, like, you know, thing or whatever. I don't even know what the fuck to say. I'm like. So I'll like have like an anchor with me. I'm like, fuck, what do I say?
Yeah.
You get better with it over time because you'll kind of practice it in your head, but like it's still like you like rewatch, you like watch it back. You're like, fuck, like I should have said this instead of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'll tell you this much too. Stop smoking weed actually makes me it makes me sluggish. So that's why I don't smoke before interviews.
Like, you know, I've been smoking all fucking day, so I'm like, kind of like, so I've been kind of slow all day, and then like I was like kind of like, you know, like waiting for you to call me, and I was like kind of like hitting my wax pen, and then I was like, I should not fucking be doing this right now.
Yeah. No, yeah. I don't know, because I do remember like I did have like some like bad habits. Like, they weren't serious habits, but like I would like get a good buzz before I did my first beginning interviews. Like, you'll see it in the Smooth interview to even like Faraz and Destruct, Otto. Like I'll be drinking as like we're doing an interview, just because like the buzz really relaxed me, and I just started like having a conversation.
It, like, calms the nerves. Yeah. Do you take shots before you?
No, not at all. No.
Have you ever?
Like, I'll say this much: liquor gets me crazy. Beer just gets me like enlightened.
Yeah.
Not enlightened. That sounds deep. Like I'll say like beer just gets me like either just chill and relaxed, or it's gonna get me like kind of like little like groove, you know, just a small groove or some shit.
And then crash. It's kind of like an energy drink.
Yeah, like liquor will bring an animal out.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about yourself? Like what does liquor and alcohol, liquor and beer do to you?
Beer gets me really sleepy, but it's kind of like what you said. Like, it'll get me like, you know. So I was actually telling my friend this the other day. Beer, I feel like gets me drunker quicker, but it doesn't get me as fucked up as liquor does. Obviously, but liquor kind of is more like it sneaks up on you type shit. Like, let's say you're like 4 shots deep and you're like, yeah, I'm chilling, whatever. And then you take that 5th shot and you're just like you're just like floored after that. Like do that to me. Beer, it's like after like 2-3 beers, I like start to feel a buzz, and I kind of know from there, like I'm just gonna get drunker. But like I feel like I've never blacked out from beer before, so like it kind of gets me drunk, and then I kind of stay drunk. Like, that same consistent. Whereas liquor, it's like, you're not even buzzed. You just like start drinking, and the next thing you know, you're fucking hammered, and then you just like go downhill from there.
Yeah, no, hands down. So, before I let you go, like, even though, like you're a photographer, future videographer, future radio personality, in a sense, what's it called? I would like to know, like, is there any, like, up-and-coming artists, whether they're, like, local or whatnot, that you would, like, give a shine to? Like, like, maybe, like, a couple or even just one,
So I was kicking it with one of my homies yesterday, and I do want to shout him out because he's an artist, and he fucking, I tell him, I was like telling him all day yesterday, I was like, dude, you're such a great, like, lyricist, because he does reggae, he does folk, he does rap music, so we're actually listening to some of his rap projects, and his delivery, I was just telling him, like, his delivery is just it's so good, and just, like, listening to his lyrics, I'm like, damn, like, you're a great writer. He goes by Gawne, it's G-A-W-N, his, like, reggae name is Levi Dozier, so, if you're watching.
Okay, we'll plug him in at the bottom somewhere right there. Like,
yeah,
like next to her tits, and then you'll see it right there. Nah.
So keep an eye out for him. He's on Instagram. He's one of the homies. We were kicking it yesterday, so yeah, he's good people. So him for sure.
Okay.
He's coming out with an album soon. He just came out with a reggae album, but I think his rap album will be coming out very soon. So.
Shit. All right. Who knows? Maybe we'll do like a review on it or something like that.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, but like plug me in on some of this stuff, and I'll check them out. Maybe we'll do an interview.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Ooh.
Well, just like an intro, I don't have an outro either, but I do go by Tony Awdball. This is an odd conversation here with a very special guest.
I'm Celeste, Live Class Conspiracy _LA. That's my Instagram handle.
There we go. Shit. This is gonna be an interesting one. I'm interested in see how this does when I release it. Yeah, that would be nice.
How is it different than with the other ones that you've done?
I think the reason why I was interested in it was because I didn't want to just only do music on this podcast, only rappers and singers and bands.